Alright, so we are live. What's up, everyone? Welcome to stream. Welcome. How you doing? How you doing? Let's do this in real fast. Hello, Sega Ripoff. Hello, Marvel. Hello, it's Us Gamer Time. Jeez, there's a lot of people in here. Hello, Luigi Fan. Hello, Salantier. Let me scroll up in the chat. Happy Godsmack Day. Oh yeah, that's right. It is Godsmack Day. That's right. I saw him go online and switch online. Knew the stream started. Indeed, here he is. Indeed, I am the Engusmon. Hell yeah, yeah. All right, let's press the start button. So yeah, welcome everyone. I'm just going to make it clear right off the bat that I do not think the stream is going to be that long tonight. One, I'm starting later than usual, and if you want to know why I'm starting later than usual, well, I overslept again. That's also why I didn't stream yesterday. And honestly, I didn't think I was gonna stream tonight either, because I was like feeling really fucking terrible earlier today. Like, I was so stuffed up beyond belief that I was just like, I'm not gonna go live when I'm just gonna be like sniffling the whole time or like sneezing the whole time. That would be fucking misery. So I wasn't sure if I was gonna go live or not, but it's cleared up enough to where I actually can commentate and stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and do this. I will go ahead. I will make it clear though that I will not be streaming tomorrow. However, only tonight. I know some of you are really looking forward to me eventually starting Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, but shit is just way too complicated right now for me to want to, I don't know, do an extra stream day when I got all of this other stuff to work on, you get me? So, yeah. I got a few things that I want to talk about, but let me go ahead and, the 25th Godsmack Day. Wait, what? I kind of figured. Hello, Cole. Welcome to stream. All right, you guys know what you're here for, so let's go ahead and get into Smash Ultimate, shall we? Let's go ahead and get into the gameplay. Oops, I did not mean to... I swear, I did not mean for that to activate. I forget to turn that off. Hello, Chris Niso. Is that how you say your name? Welcome to stream. All right. Smash Ultimate time. They go. Turn the audio down in my ears substantially. Let me also... Alright, let's get this arena set up. Boston declared a Godsmack Day 25 years ago. Yeah, I did know that, yeah. Didn't know it was Godsmack Day, yeah. Yeah, Godsmack has their own, they have their own day in Boston. For those that didn't know that. So yeah. Alright, let me go ahead and... What is it? Let me set up the arena. Bringing everybody down, down, down. You turn around to the same game, twisting it upside down. Another go around. Gonna say my name, it's gonna come around. That song is so fucking good. Alright. For those that want to join, the arena ID is right beside the face cam. So yeah. But does Boston? No, they don't. I wouldn't think... I didn't think they would, though, since, their band name is literally Boston, so... I wouldn't expect them to. Even though that first album is, like, one of the most legendary albums ever. But hey. Another band out of Boston. Yeah. I mean, essentially. Alright. I'm not sure how seriously I'm going to be playing tonight. Again, like I said at the very start of the stream, I do not plan to stay on here for that long. And I don't really think my mind is going to be changed because... hello, Undead Nerd. Welcome to stream. Playing Smash, as you can see. Alright. Yeah, I don't plan to stay on for too long tonight. Because I got a lot of things to do off camera that I would prefer to get started on now than postpone any longer. First and foremost, I'm sure you guys noticed that it has begun. The 10-year anniversary month-long marathon has begun with 2 videos. The first one I kind of threw together in like a day, I'm not gonna lie. Although I did put some effort into it, like the latter half of it. Not really the former. Well, I did script the former, in case you were wondering. The first half of that video was scripted. Everything else obviously wasn't because it was just clips. Some of those videos actually aren't recorded yet, so I had to, like, really find ways to include those in the little trailer montage without making it too obvious that it's not the videos. So I just picked the most unrecognizable things from whatever videos. Some I had to make myself, like the reaction to Let's Play decision. That hasn't actually happened yet. That's just footage I took from another reaction and overlaid on top of the video. So yeah. But yeah, that was the first video. Let me know what you guys thought. It performed really well. It got like nearly 200 views. I'm shocked by that. The Godsmack video also performed like exceptionally well too. I have no idea why, but yeah, so those did really well. Survival Games came out directly after that. Now, I admit I did kind of mess up with that, because it went out and I didn't get to promote it until like 4 hours after it was out, so it was kind of dead in the water as a result of that. But for those that saw that episode, or haven't seen it yet, I essentially did the impossible and went ahead and recorded on basically all of the old devices that I used to record the series on. Everything from the RCA tablet, my old PC, my phone. Not the original phone, because I actually can't get that one to run for like longer than like 5 seconds, so I didn't end up, I wasn't able to do that one. So, I had to settle with just simply doing the, what is it? What is it? I can't speak. I'm trying to play this game and also, try to think about what I'm trying to say here at the same time. It's not very easy. I'm not gonna lie. But, no. Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't turn that phone on for longer than like 5 seconds, so I couldn't use that. But everything else, I will say that the process in getting the RCA tablet running was excruciating. Oh my god, you have no idea how many like fucking failed recordings and failed attempts and everything I went through just to record on that damn thing. Like, you have no idea. I don't even think I can go into the full extent of how annoying that was to get to run. In fact, I was originally just gonna like emulate the damn thing and go that method, because at least I would have been able to, like, I don't know, PvP and play a little bit instead of what I ended up going with, but I insisted I had to record it in the most authentic way possible, so yeah. You got your most authentic 10-year anniversary survival games experience. Another thing that came out of that video was I finally got to put some of the footage I recorded back in, because for those that don't remember, back when I was originally getting my new PC, I went ahead and recorded a few videos in between that time. One of those was a singular round of survival games that was supposed to be for an upcoming episode. That was going to be a pseudo sequel to the Journey Through Time episode I did back in 2017. That section was recorded for that half of the video when it was still the sequel to Journey Through Time. It still kind of is the video that did end up coming out, but originally it was supposed to be like basically a sequel, where I was going to include footage from older episodes, not footage from older episodes, excuse me. I was going to include the intros and outros thing. I was going to edit it based off of the era of the series. And I might still do that in the future, but just not the way I did it now. So yeah. That's where that was recorded. That footage was recorded. It was right before Fusion ended, right before I got my new PC. So yeah, you got to witness some footage I never thought was ever going to release, honestly. I thought that footage was going to be lost on my hard drive for all of eternity, but nope. I finally found a place where I could use it, and use it I did. And granted, I did consider re-recording that footage on my old PC, but until I ran into the issue of, oh yeah, that PC only works through Ethernet, and I was not going to go through the hassle of trying to get the Ethernet cable to work on there again, especially with how fragile it is. So yeah, I decided to go with the original footage I had instead. I'm sorry I'm ignoring chat right now. I'm just trying to, like, get my thoughts out. I'll read in a second. I'm also trying to play the game at the same time, too, which, you can imagine is kind of difficult, so yeah. So yeah. But yeah, those are 2 videos. Let me know what you thought of, the 10 years video. Let me know what you thought of survival games. Let me know what you're excited for the rest of the marathon. And everything. I will say that the next video on the list is a plush video. I guess I'll spoil it right here because it's been spoiled. Well, it's not really spoiling because I technically revealed fucking everything besides the movie at the end of the year. But yeah, the next video on the list coming hopefully on the 10th. The date might be pushed back a little bit. I'm not 100% certain on that. But yeah, the next video is a plush video. It is a remake of my very first plush video I released back in 2015 called LuigiChannel Adventures: An Ugly Game with Betty. The script is finally done for that. So all I have to do now is film. I will say, however, that I am like racing against the fucking weather in regards to this because it was filmed in well, not almost exclusively. It was filmed exclusively on the trampoline. The original version was. So rain tomorrow? Are you fucking kidding me? When I did this thing of naming Boston songs, I sucked. I thought I'd be able to name a lot more. As far as Boston is concerned, I can name all the tracks on the first album, basically everything on the second album, some stuff on the third album. I'm not that familiar with Third Stage, overall, I'm not gonna lie. Like 2 songs on Corporate America and Life, Love, and Hope. And respectively, and that's kind of it. So yeah. Update LC is dead. Indeed I am. I am dead. I am dead. Stream is lagging. I know, it was fluctuating. But yeah, this video, I will, yeah, with this plush video coming up, I will just warn you ahead of time. I literally have to, like, fight with the fucking weather and my sleep schedule in order to get this damn thing done. So, I can't guarantee a concrete, specific date for this. It will just have to be whenever it, things line up the best. That's not to say that it won't come out. It has to. Because otherwise, you're probably not going to be getting another plush video until the movie, which is set for, like, later in the year, so I'm not going to say that this video isn't coming out. Again, it absolutely has to. Because otherwise, the month's not going to feel complete without a plush video there. But you guys know how I feel about filming plush videos outside as it is. I hate the process so much. And just the fact that it's an entire video that's filmed outside, and not just anywhere, but on the trampoline, is just a whole other, adds a whole other layer on top of everything that makes it a little annoying, I'm not gonna lie, but still. So yeah. I will keep you posted on announcements regarding that in the near future. Again, I cannot guarantee a specific date on this. The script is done, that's all I can tell you. The script is done. I will tell you, however, that because this video is a remake of some stupid-ass video I made when I was 12, I'm trying to do what I can with it. Is filming outside stressful for you? Filming outside is... yeah, it's kind of stressful, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it, yeah. Filming outside to me is, most of the time, it just feels like it's mostly just a bunch of waiting and hoping that the sun isn't too hot. Because if it's too hot, then I can't really be out there for long periods of time. It's just unbearable. I don't really, burn up quite as bad as I used to back in 2019, 2020 period when I would film. Like, I remember Tanuki Mario, it was fucking hot outside that day. But I was mostly able to get through it despite that. So So that's not really much of my concern these days, as much as it was before. Although it still could end up being sometimes if I'm not careful, but still. So yeah. Really, it's just a bunch of waiting around, hoping it's not too noisy, or it's not too windy. Because if it's too windy, the mic quality is going to be fucked. And that is, like, really annoying. So, yeah. That's why the scenes in Inside the Mind turned out the way they did. Any other opportunity, I would have refilmed them, but that day it was just too windy. I couldn't get exactly what I was looking for. So it is what it is, but that's why I don't like filming outside very often. One, it's either too windy to where the microphone is, like, really bad, or it's just too noisy, and I have to wait around for, like, 5 minutes plus. And that process is just not very fun. Also, with Inside the Mind 2, my battery, like, prematurely died out of nowhere. So I had to, like, get all of the scenes done, like, piece by piece. Which took forever. But thankfully, once I got inside, it wasn't that bad. Again, it was mainly outside. So yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of filming outside. I'm sure you can all imagine. But with a video like this, I don't really have a choice, because doing it anywhere else just wouldn't make sense. Because the original video was only on the trampoline. And it makes sense because I filmed, like a streak of videos. I filmed, Eggman plays or tries to play survival games, which is awesome, which is the notorious vid-2015 video. And then, I also filmed Supersonic plays Mario Kart 7, not Mario Maker. I don't have Mario Maker for 3DS. But, Supersonic plays Mario Kart 7 that same day as well, and then... So yeah, that's kind of the deal with that. Why did I do that? I got no idea. I get uncomfortable filming outside. Hello, Bland Beans, welcome to stream. Yeah, someone's feeling uncomfortable filming outside when there's neighbors around. Yeah, I feel that. Really, for me, it's just... Sometimes it's just way too noisy. And there's always, like, cars driving by and stuff, so... Sometimes I have to wait upwards to, like, 5 minutes to film a damn scene, and it's, like, really annoying. Because all that time just adds up. So, yeah. That's the dilemma I have with this video. Again, as the video itself, I don't think you guys should expect much. The way I could summarize it is, it's certainly an attempt at turning a stupid-ass video I made when I was 12 into, like, something. And that's kind of the extent of it. There are some references to some videos I filmed around that time period, and that's kind of introvert, yeah. But yeah, there are some references to videos I filmed around that time period. Some you won't get unless you've seen those 2015 videos, which are all on the LuigiChannel50 account, by the way. So, yeah. I'll touch on this briefly, too. I did not forget about the reaction videos. I'm just really backed up on stuff right now, so I haven't had that much time. I recorded my reaction to the new house video, so I will try to get that out this week. Whether I'll be able to do it or not, I have no clue. But that's kind of my stance with that. So yeah. Trying to think of something else I want to say here. How we doing? 6 likes, 27 playbacks, not bad. The SMG4 one. The new castle, or whatever it's called. I think it's just called the new castle, so yeah. I knew out when SML's the one that did the new house. SMG4 did new castle, so yeah, I will post my reaction to that whenever I have the time. Yeah, I haven't forgotten. It's just I'm backed up on a lot of things. So I want to get all of that out of the way first, you know. Oh, I completely sabotaged him. Yeah, you ain't coming back from that. Damn, bro. Ooh, that could have been really bad. Never feel you so bad when you're taking a drag, when you're looking at the world through tired eyes. So yeah, that's my stance on that. Trying to think of something else. I'm sure you guys noticed I posted a community poll yesterday. Basically, what was it? Crap, I did. Damn, yeah. Yeah, I kind of fucked up your recovery. And then ever since then, you just weren't able to recover. Feels bad. But yeah. I'm sure you guys noticed I posted a community poll yesterday. Where I basically asked you guys, out of the videos that I've canceled or / postponed over the years, which ones you wanted to see the most. The selections included some very familiar names you've heard me talk about on here before, such as Toucan's Wish, a video that I actually did film portions of back in 2017, just after the Rudy movie came out. Like a week after it came out, I believe. But it never finished because, one, it was unscripted, and two, my throat got really sore to where I couldn't finish it at the time. So those files have been on my fucking current, from my fucking, they've gone through 3 hard drives at this point. They've gone through my laptop, my PC, my current PC. So yeah, they've been through a lot. Gotta go. Bye. Alright, see you later. Sega rep off. Thanks for shit. Bye. Great. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah. So one of those videos was Toucan's Wish, a video that was going to happen, but only got prevented due to my throat starting to hurt, and me deciding after that point to not do an unscripted video, because I've gone back to the files of the original Toucan's Wish many times, and it just isn't that good. That's an example of a video that would have only worked if it came out when it did. When it was supposed to, excuse me. Are you fucking kidding me? Well, that's great. Yeah, that's an example of a video that would have only have worked if it came out when it was supposed to. That's how poorly aged the files are on it. Like, you could tell that it's unscripted. And again, that would have been fine if it came out when it was supposed to. Probably wouldn't have been the best follow-up to Rudy the movie, but neither was Luigi and Rosalina's 3DS. That video just flat out sucks, so Toucan's Wish probably would have fared at least a little bit better than that. And that video was scripted, Luigi and Rosalina's 3DS, excuse me. And it still kind of sucked anyway, so I don't think Toucan's Wish would have fared much worse than that one did. So yeah, Toucan's Wish was one of them. Another one that I'm sure you guys are very familiar with as well is the Singing Competition 3. Followed by Rudy, the final chapter, the last chapter. It's gone through several different names. Basically, the planned sequel to Rudy the movie that was set to release in either 2020, 2019 time period. It got brought up and mentioned in several different videos. but it never happened because it went through so many different rewrites. And each one I did just got so far disconnected from what the last one was supposed to be. So that's why that video never happened. A lot of people really wanted to see that one. I know Puddle was one of them. He wanted to see it. Corson was another. He wanted to see it. Several people wanted to see the Rudy, the final chapter, last chapter. Which it cannot come out these days because Mephiles' final chapter already exists. I repurposed the name of Rudy, the final chapter for Mephiles, so I can never use that. Because otherwise it's just way too similar. So, yeah. But yeah, a lot of people really wanted to see that. And the fourth and final video was Baby Warrior Bros, which you guys know my experience with that. It was a script that actually did reach completion, but mysteriously went missing between my transfer from my laptop over to my PC the first time around. Most of what I transferred off of my laptop got sent over to my PC just fine using whatever it was. I think it was a Google Drive. No, not Google Drive. What was it? OneDrive, yeah. Some of the things that didn't get transferred over, however, were, of all things, the script for the Baby Warrior Bros video, which is now completely lost to time, and, what else? A entire list I had of plush ideas and Jumpmon ideas. That was lost in the crossfire as well. That was lost in the transfer, so. Excuse me, but yeah. So yeah, that was the poll I did. It looks like most of you, out of the votes it did get, which is, if I'm looking at it here, 13 votes. 38% of you said the Singing Competition 3, Singing Competition 3. 8% of you said Toucan's Wish. 31% of you said Rudy the Final Chapter. And 23% of you said the Baby Warrior Bros. So, out of them all, Toucan's Wish was the one that was like the least popular. Well, that's fair enough, because Toucan's Wish is more of just like a legend than it is like an actual video at this point, even though it's the only one that actually did begin filming in some kind of fashion. Although technically I did record the vocals for the Singing Competition 3 covers, but that's as far as it went. So yeah, I guess you guys wanted to see both Singing Competition 3 and Rudy the Final Chapter the most. Some of you wanted to see Baby Warrior Bros. Like 1% of you wanted to see Toucan's Wish. So, yeah. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if any of these projects are ever coming back in any kind of form. Even if some of you guys want to see them. Gomar, welcome to stream. Playing Smash, as you can see. But actually, no, the arena's full, so I can't invite anyone, so. But yeah. So yeah, that's, yeah, so, even though some of you guys want to see some of these videos eventually see the light of day, and at a certain point, I would have liked to see them see the light of day as well, I don't think it's going to be possible. At least with a few of them. In regards to Singing Competition 3, because that's what won the vote, because I went ahead and released all the songs on the Extras channel, and also due to the fact that the microphone quality is really bad, the covers from that are gonna have to go through a complete overhaul. So, yeah. My plan was to film the music, film the covers themselves, then film the music videos for the covers afterwards, and then That was gonna be done first in the process, and then later on I was gonna finish the script and like record the video itself. That's not what happened though. So I'm so stuffed up. I apologize, dudes. I told you I wasn't feeling that great before the stream started. I wasn't lying. But yeah. The singing competition 3, aside from the fact that I did record all the vocals and stuff, they'll have to be re-recorded because of the microphone quality. Some things will have to be taken out entirely because they're not going to line up with what I had in mind for, like... Because the original plan when I started writing the Singing Competition 3 was to make it a series that would go on until I just felt like there were enough entries. Singing Competition 3 was supposed to star LC50 Bear as Shadow's competitor. Singing Competition 4 was supposed to star Maplelis as Shadow's competitor. As his competitor, yeah. There's gonna be a 5th one. I don't remember what the plans for that was gonna be. Metal Sonic was gonna take a back seat in the 3rd one, but he was gonna reappear in the 4th one. I was even gonna do an episode where it was gonna be like a mix where everyone would go back and re-record their like most iconic covers. So I had plans for a Sing Competition as a series. But then I introduced song covers as a regular video format on this channel that the sing competition just didn't seem necessary anymore. Though I did still plan to go through with the 3rd one, but my backup plan was to remove LC50 Bear as a character and replace him with Mephiles just so I can get exactly what I wanted out of it. Problem is, I couldn't really figure out where to take the script itself, so that video, the scripting for that video has laid dead in the water since 2019. 4 years ago. And I can't see myself ever resurrecting it. Maybe one day, but not now. Toucan's Wish probably has the highest chance of happening. I just have to, like, be in the mood to, like, actually figure out... Here's the thing. My idea with that video originally was Toucan gets wishes for an entire day, but all of his friends get 1 wish each. So that's why I thought the unscripted feel was going to work, because it was just going to be a bunch of random nonsense that I think up on the fly. Trying to script that with the original idea I had in mind, that's a little too convoluted. Now, with the idea of Toucan wishing for whatever he wants for an entire day, that could work. But having everyone else thrown into the mix as well, I don't know about that one. That might be a little too complicated for me. At least to execute right now. So if Toucan's Wish ever does come, which I'm sure it will in the future, eventually, because it's really not that complex of an idea. I don't think I'm going to go with the original idea, where it's Toucan gets all wishes the entire day, and then everyone else gets 1 singular wish. Like Lee's Manny, Jumpmon, and everyone else gets 1 singular wish. Although Jumpmon technically gets infinite wishes too, because Wish Fairy is his, he is Jumpmon's fairy, so... Yeah. But no, I don't know. I could be wrong, I could be able to find something for it, but as of right now, I think Toucan's Wish, if it ever does come out, is going to be, like, changed up. And made much more simplistic than it is currently. Not that it isn't simplistic, it's just trying to jam-pack like fucking 20 characters and their wishes into a singular video, that's kind of a headache. Like, if I can remember from the original files, you even had characters like Big the Cat thrown into the mix, who... I don't think Big the Cat has had a single appearance in any of my videos so far. Has he? Maybe a cameo, but... outside of that, I don't recall him having any appearances. I just want to take a quick look at who's in this. Now, we got Big the Cat, we got Flexi, we got Lee's Manny, Harrod Snakey, Ganondorf. Remember when he was still a character? Pooh, Junior, Crazy Ape. I think the shirt. Imagine how much more convoluted it'd be now with Joke Bear and fucking Mother Bear. Jumbo was there too, I know. So yeah. Fuck. Yeah, trying to do an entire video of like 20 plus characters getting a singular wish. That's a little too much for me right now. So if that video ever does come out, I'm probably going to simplify the idea a lot more. Rudy the Final Chapter. The movie itself is completely canceled. However, the idea of it, just the overall concept of Rudy the Final Chapter, in its original state, not in its current state. The current version of Rudy the Final Chapter, the latest version, deviated so far away from what the original movie was supposed to be that it basically became like, here's the reason why that didn't come out. That went through so many damn rewrites that it wasn't even funny. At first, I guess I'll tell you this. It started out as Rudy getting stuck at supplies forever. And then it, like, fast forwards, like, 40 years or something into the future. Wherein Mephiles helps Rudy because Balloon and everyone, like, trap Luigi and Shadow in time and space. They freeze them for an eternity. And then, in the past, Mephiles decides he doesn't want to work with him. So he, like, helps Rudy free Luigi and Shadow. And then by the end, everything goes back to normal. That's the brief summary I can give. Manny has a part in this. He basically befriends Rudy. They bond over their traumatic experiences. Manny losing his family and Rudy. Let's just say you all know Rudy's story by this point. That was the original idea. If it stayed in that format, it could have worked. It would have came out and it could have worked. However, if it did, you wouldn't have gotten Mephiles the Final Chapter. So, kind of glad it didn't come out. But on every other subsequent rewrite of that script, it just deviated so far away from the original idea. It became less about Rudy's story and more about Luigi and Shadow's war with fucking Balloon, Rosalina, and that entire group. So, yeah, it deviated so far away that I don't even know why it was still called Rudy the last chapter or final chapter by that point. It just made no sense. So, yeah, that video didn't happen because of those reasons. But like I said, even though the movie itself isn't going to be a movie anymore, it's also not going to be called Rudy the Final Chapter or Last Chapter either. If I haven't mentioned it before, the idea, the concept of the original version, obviously tweaked to be better than what it originally was. Fuck you, Silentier. But yeah, the version, obviously it needs to be somewhat tweaked because I wrote that version of the script in like early 2019, late 2018 period. It would need to be tweaked, and it won't be a movie anymore, and it won't be called Rudy the Final or Last Chapter, whatever else other names it went through. But if I haven't said it yet, the overall concept for that video is still technically happening. It will be the final part of the Rudy and Manny story arc that I plan to do. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll be able to get any other episodes from that out this year, but next year, I'm going to try to, like, dive headfirst into that. Which includes, I want to say, 4 Manny-centric episodes. 4 Rudy-centric, I want to say. Although one might not be nearly as centric about either of them. But it will line up once you know which episode it is. So yeah, Rudy the Final Chapter is no longer going to be Rudy the Final Chapter. But that video is still happening. The idea for that video is going to live on regardless. Because I think the idea of Rudy being forced to face his fears and then have to deal with the worst of it all to come through in the end and create some kind of a bond with Manny. Work together with Mephiles to get him out of the situation he's in. I think that is really sick, so that idea is going to live on. Now, as for Baby Warrior Bros, the final video, God, where do I even begin? I won't write it off of the table completely. But very rarely has there been a script that I've lost and ever wanted to return to. Rewrite? Sure. That's what I doing with the video originally known as The New Leader. But I never lost that script. Baby Warrior Bros is a script I lost entirely. And it is so, like, I lost that script like early 2018, so that video's been fucking gone for like 5 years now. So if it ever comes back, it will not... I highly doubt much of the ideas will be the same as the original. Because of how long it's been. So yeah. But yeah, that was kind of a tangent about all of that. Yeah. That's my stance on all of these videos. And if they are going to happen or not. There are still many more to count. But I can only fit 4 picture entries. So, yeah. I wasn't able to put all of them. And of the ones that still haven't released yet, that I listed on the wiki, They include Joke Bear's Good Joke, which is a video that is essentially based around Joke Bear turning no cussing, this is a family channel, into a career. He turns that one singular joke into his career. It's like the one good joke he tells, and everyone thinks it's hilarious. But then he goes back to his old jokes, and then he like loses all of his fame. That's the idea of that video. That idea I came up with in 2018. That script never started. For those who want to know, that script never began. So I don't know if that will ever come to fruition. After that is Wish Fairy Returns, which was a video that was going to bring back the Wish Fairy and give a backstory as to where he has been the past however many years he was gone by that point. Let's see, I came up with that idea in 2019, so he would have been gone for 3 years at that point. But Witch Fairy Returns was a script that got replaced by Mephiles the Puppet Master. I decided to include Wish Fairy into that script instead. And I think it worked out much better. So yeah, that video completely canceled, never working on again. The new leader, like I said, is being reworked and is going to be a part of the Rudy and Manny story arc. The Dream remake is permanently canceled and is never coming back. Because you just can't remake a video that was pure insanity to begin with. Like, you can't script true insanity. It's not going to work out. It wouldn't be the same. So that video is never being touched. What's after that? Broken. I've already told that story before. Shadow. It was the video where Shadow and Rouge were supposed to develop a relationship, but that video got morphed into one of the plot points of Mephiles the Puppet Master. So yeah. Best Luigi. That video is gonna happen eventually. I just don't know when. The Shirt's Girlfriend was probably like the earliest video I detailed that hasn't come out yet. That was like early 20... That was like after Luigi's New Girlfriend type shit. But I didn't want to put that out because I thought it would have been too close to the time frame, so... I don't think that video's ever coming out. I got no ideas for it. And then there's, last but not least, at least on the wiki anyway, there was this Untitled Rudy video that was supposed to come out before Rudy the movie. I did film this, but I just decided, I don't know. Let me wait until Rudy the movie. So, on the same day of filming, I went ahead and threw out the shitpost random video called Jumpmon Blows Up. That I only filmed because I couldn't get this Rudy video done. Or I did, and I just thought it would be best to wait. And that's not everything. That's only what I was willing to put on the wiki. So yeah. What do you call a jawbone? It's a poop. A poopy jawbone. Oh, oh, very funny joke, Bear. Yeah. That's all stuff I was willing to put on the wiki. There's still more that I've talked about before that haven't come out. There is a Balloon and Chicky sequel where Chicky falls in love with a Minecraft chicken, and Balloon tries to use that to her advantage to, like, lure Chicky into another trap. That's another 2019 idea that never came to fruition. There's another video called Handheld It's Christmas Rampage that was supposed to be out in 2021. It was supposed to be that year's Christmas special. Because Mephiles was gone, so I decided to do a video where wanted to do a video where Handheld It didn't get invited to Christmas, so he then got together with a bunch of villains to, like, fight Luigi friends for not inviting him to Christmas. That video later morphed into Mephiles' Christmas Rampage and was going to release last year. But timing got fucked up with Inside the Mind, so didn't happen. There was a video called Manny's New Herd where Manny tries to hang out with a bunch of elephants and mammoths. I haven't worked on that since early 2019. That's a part of the Rooney and Manny story arc. What else do we got? There's a video called The Cranky Kong that will never come out because it's just nothing. Is this Cranky Kong trying to play Tropical Freeze and then complaining about it? Because it's not old school. And he beats up Jumpman, that's all I remember about that video. That's never coming out. Unless I can actually think of something. There's another video called The Quiz Challenge, based specifically off the Kirby Right Back At Ya episode. That will come out in the future. Problem is, I think that's going to be roughly 40 to 50 minutes long. 50 minutes long, and it's also going to be heavily green screen, so who knows when you're going to see that. There's a video called This Means War, where Joke Bear starts a war with Luigi and Shadow by throwing game cases at them. Some retard idea that I came up with. I don't know if that's ever coming out. There's another idea called Two Brothers, One Thrill, where Luigi and his bro, basically the talk between the two in a familiar world, as in its entire video. Where Luigi bonds with his bro in a familiar world, where he gives a speech about all this stuff. That was in Two Brothers, One Thrill. That video might eventually still happen, but we'll see. As far as I'm concerned, that video turned into the Over There segment in a familiar world. At least a portion of it. I don't even want to play anymore, dude. I'm so bad tonight. I feel so bad. I wasn't even looking at the screen. But I'm just gonna do what I did in that one Skywars clip. Alright, what do we got? Anything else that I've talked about at the very least? I apologize for being so stuffed up.
miserable. That's why I didn't want to stream today. But we've had a fun time regardless. Oh yeah, the meltdown video. That's an Ice Age theme video. That's a part of the arc. I don't know. I'm not gonna go into details about that. I've talked about that before. And then there's the Beast video where it's everyone versus the Ice Age Rudy. Not Rudy himself, but the Ice Age Rudy. That's also part of the Rudy mini story arc, so those are all videos you know about that are coming still. And there are plenty of other ideas on the list that have never been scripted before. But you all know of. Bowser kidnaps a criminal. I've talked about that one before. Eat's new word, an entire video. That was supposed to come out last year. Where Eat learns how to say fuck instead of eat after everything, so he just says fuck out after everything. That's the entire concept of that video. And he goes around pissing people off because he's like being rude as hell. He's just saying fuck after every word, after every sentence. And then everyone's like, okay, go back to saying eat for the love of God. And he goes back to saying eat. I don't know if I ever talked about this video, but I did have an entire idea where Figure Mario gets kicked out of the room and has to make his way back inside. I think I've talked about that one before, but I'm not sure. Jumbo's biggest fear, I did talk about that. So I don't need to go into that. Locked in, I did talk about that one too, where Luigi and friends get Jump unlocks Luigi and friends in the room, so they have to like live with each other. Nephilis, I remember, got stuck in there, so they have to like learn to live with him and not kill each other. The canceled video, I did talk about that. You guys know about that one. Survival games, I did talk about that too. Pooh's Last Day, I did talk about that one. Where Pooh is so bad that he gets 1 day left to live. So he just tries to figure out what to do. And then the whole day. This video where Punk Woman loses her memory. Retro Not Retro 2. I haven't forgotten about that. Shy loses memory. I did talk about that one before. I still have the Baby Warrior Bros on the list. I just haven't gotten back to that script yet, so it's not like I haven't considered it. I have. Criminal breaks in. I believe that's a video where criminal breaks in, tries to steal from the honey bears. I think that's what that was. That was supposed to be a Christmas thing. A backup Christmas thing, but it never happened because it just wasn't that good. The Jumpmon imposter, I've talked about that, where Idiot Mon takes Jumpmon's place and like fucks up the entire house. Louise Mystery, I talked about that one too, where Luigi and friends try to figure out why Leaves Mania is so addicted to leaves. I also have Toucan's Wish script on this list, even though it's never began. These are just new scripts that haven't been worked on. Of this, we got like fucking 92 ideas. I'm only going into the ones I know I've mentioned before, though. God, I feel like I've just been rambling for the past hour and a half. I don't even know who's still watching by this point. I know who's still playing, but I don't know who's still, like, watching this shit. Ugh. Fuck me. Will Joker had a twin brother named Serious Bear? This is a fucking adult channel only. Cussing is allowed on this fucking channel. That'd be something. I guess what the plan here is gonna be is I guess this is gonna go until I feel like getting off, essentially. So we're just gonna we're only gonna do Smash tonight. We'll just go for however long as I see fit, and then we'll call it. I think that's good. Oh fuck. I sound horrible right now. Reminder, like, stream if you haven't already, for those who are still in here that haven't yet. Alright, I think I've said everything I need to say. I'm just gonna chill and play now until I feel like getting off. We've gone for an hour and 10 minutes, so normally we'd have an hour 30 till switch it time, let's say. An hour 20, excuse me. God, we're full-fledged nasal channel 50 tonight. No. God, no. I hate it. I hate it. Nothing I can do about it, though. I will say that I may or may not tomorrow. I might switch the date. Although, if it does rain tomorrow, then I might as well just do it tomorrow. I will be doing a live stream re-editing on the extra channel. I will be doing a live stream on the extra channel re-editing the very first episode of Survival Games. So yeah. That's next up on the list in terms of anniversary content, so stay tuned for that. I will keep you posted on that whenever I have details. So yeah. Aside from that, I just have to wait until I'm able to finish film this damn Plush video. Everything else I don't think will be that much of an issue. Honestly, been making good time in terms of the other projects, I'm not gonna lie. It's really just this Plush video that might end up holding things back a little bit, and it's only because of the fact that it's filmed outside, no other reason. If it was filmed inside, we wouldn't be having this issue. But yeah. I'm exhausted, dude. You just notice Kirby J has the exact same character and skin as I do. Not that I'm gonna do anything with that information, it's just fascinating. That's fascinating. I guess since I'm not playing Minecraft today, I can check my phone. I can't reach it. There we go. Since I wasn't fully paying attention in chat, did you guys say what you thought about the 10-year anniversary so far? Just the survival games, another video I did. Ugh, fuck me. Oh boy. I feel awful. Not as bad as I did earlier today, but I still feel horrible. Ugh. That's about all I have to say right now. Just get me in the game. Oh, fuck. Alright, let's go. Oh, shit. Ooh, that could have been really bad. Oh, nope. I did not see that. Why did I go right into that? How do you still 3 stocks? Oh my god, I cannot fucking do anything. I killed myself there. Well, I'm like not going able to. I can't secure a first place finish. Can't replace it in anything finish. That sucked real bad. Oh, that sucked real bad. I guess we'll see how I'm feeling in about an hour, and if two out of it, I'll just call the stream there. If not, I'll go on for a little longer, not that much longer. To be clear. It is not my intention to get your guys' hopes up for anything. Okay, so, yeah. I don't know. It also wasn't my intention to, like, be inconsistent with streaming this week and last week. Obviously not. But preparation for this type of thing uses a lot of my time up. And I made it crystal fucking clear since I made the announcement of the 10-year anniversary marathon that this is essentially this is one of those projects I can't fuck up in any kind of way. And if I did, the damages would be so severe that I don't think there would be much of a future for the channel. At least not in its current state. I don't think I'd really be able to come back from messing up the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity of being able to celebrate 10 years of making videos. Because a lot happens in those 10 years. A lot has happened. A lot of people don't make it to 10 years on YouTube. Some of them fizzle out just like that. They fizzle out after like their first few years. Or they get in some controversy that like takes them out permanently. Some just get tired of it. Some just get bored. Some people you know who are doing really well for like a while just run out of stamina and give up. Or their passion gets ruined by unnecessary bullshit. That's never happened with me. And it almost did happen too. It almost did happen. That one's out the wrong fucking pipe. I'm gonna fucking... Oh my god. Fuck. You good? Yes. I was trying to swallow my drink and then it went down the wrong pipe, so I had to spit it out. That is like never happened on stream before. Fucking hell. Let me clean that up. Luckily I still got a towel in here, so let me clean that up real fast. Jeez. Oh, I got some on the monitor. It's not much though. God dang it. Okay. Alright. That was something. Oh boy. But I'm fine now. Ugh. That like rarely ever happens. If ever. So. Yeah, that was kind of rough, but we're fine. We're fine. But yeah, like I was saying, not everyone is able to make it to the full 10 years. And some may be able to make it to 10 years, but they might not be able to keep up after the fact. 10 years might just be where it ends for some people. And I wasn't sure if was gonna be the fate with me either, whether... Not that I ever quit YouTube fully, but... I've been taking these videos seriously and this content seriously for like... most of the time I've been doing it. Like... You can even hear me in some of those old Surroundings videos talking about how I'm taking it very seriously and how I'm trying to make the best content I can at any given moment. Talking about how my videos are substantially going to improve and whatnot. Granted, I didn't grasp the concept of... I just didn't know how to... I wasn't that good at editing. And a lot of the stuff I thought was complex back then just really wasn't complex overall. Especially compared to the type of shit I do now. But... From the day I got back to doing it, well, I took it seriously. I've been taking it seriously. And I want to still be able to take it seriously. But what I didn't want to happen was I didn't want to blow the 10-year anniversary. But I also don't want it to be where everything peaks and then things drop off from here. I want it to be special, but I don't want it to be the end. So... can't really afford to fuck anything up here. Which is why it's annoying that with this plush video, I have to, like, hope the weather is good enough for me to film it. Because otherwise, I'm literally fucked. I would literally have to scramble to find something else to replace it last second until I actually was able to film it. And that type of shit is annoying. Not that it would be impossible necessarily, but do you have any idea how long it would take? Like, come on now. Come on now. Alright, let me back in there. But yeah. Expecting the beginning of win streak today is King D today. Yeah, I bet. I wasn't expecting to do extremely poorly, but it is what it is. Granted, I'm not feeling good, so obviously not going to be on my A game. But still. But yeah. I do hope that after this week, the stream schedule will return back to normal. The dilemma here is, once we get past the 25th, I don't really have to do anything else. Unless I really want to. Like, if I want to add an additional 8th, or I guess technically 7th video, because the stream isn't really a video itself. But I guess if I really wanted to add an additional 7th video, I would have that option, but I don't have to. The final video of the marathon is set to go out regardless. That's set to go out on the 31st. That is concrete. Like, both the beginning and end of the marathon are concrete, set in stone. It's what's in between that is probably going to deviate depending on what I can or can't work on in a given time. But again, it's not entirely my fault, because I have to work with the weather to film this damn plush video. And I have to make sure my schedule isn't terrible. I had an opportunity. I don't know if I would have had an opportunity today, but I had an opportunity yesterday but I was too tired, so I just couldn't do it. I need an opportunity where I'm not too tired and not too, fucking... Yeah, just an opportunity where I'm not too tired and, the weather's not bad. That's really all I need. Because this video is not very complex. It will only take probably like 3 hours to film at most. If that. Editing, it probably might be one of the shortest Plush video sessions I've had in a while. Being honest, but we'll see. I don't even bother playing this anymore. I'm so fucking terrible today.
Oh, it's real bad. Fuck.
Got like an hour until threshold. We meet the threshold, excuse me. But yeah. Even though I'm not able to stream it this week, I will try to get Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze up and running next week. And we will do usual Smash, Mario, Minecraft, whatever else, you know. Here goes my winning streak now. Yeah, rip. But yeah, all of that stuff will be fine next week. I just can't offer much right now. That, and I got a ton of work to do. At least for right now, I have to start on this damn montage video. But once that's out of the way, that's all the really time-consuming stuff done, essentially. Because everything else will mostly be fun. But yeah. You live what you've learned. Yep. The money is on Sci-Fi Gaming as Mario. So Sci-Fi Gaming, you've been Jinx Spouse 50, the Angus Mon himself. Yeah. So tired, dude. How high can you go? How high can you go? Hey! Oh, now pick channel 50. Oof. Yeah, well, I pulled all-nighters for the past 2 days, so I'm not really in, don't really have the best stamina right now. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That, and I feel like trash. That's not helping matters either. Just so. Oh boy. Fuck. Uh. I hate 2023 now. Why is that? I don't think 2023 has been a particularly great year either. I'm just gonna throw that out there. If anything, I think August is gonna be like one of the only bright spots. 2023 has been decent so far. I wouldn't say it's one of the worst going through so far. What? I won't say 2023 so far has been like the worst year. Just like one of the blandest. Like, there really hasn't been that much going on. 2022. 2022 was just one of those years. That's kind of like 2020, I guess, where it started out not very good, got better, nearly slipped off again, but then finished off very solid. So this year so far has just been kind of bland and average. At least for me anyway, it's just kind of been okay. Outside of this 10-year anniversary that's happening now, throughout the month, there really wasn't anything else. Like, what else was there? I did the Jumpmon album, that was fun. But has there really been anything else outside of that? No, I don't think there has been. And what there was, what it did have, isn't like super great. Like, by the end of it, unless it, like, the momentum continues from August onwards up until December, which could very well be a real possibility. I wouldn't write that off entirely, but unless that happens, I think this could be just one of those years where the 10-year anniversary is going to be the only thing that was, like, memorable. The only real highlight. Which the movie, although not coming out in August, is also a part of the 10 years regardless. Aside from that, what else really is there? Again, things aren't starting to pick up until, like, late last month. When I mean, I guess the streams at the start of the year were good, but I don't know. As long as the 10-year anniversary is great. And is the defining part of the year, it doesn't really matter to me how everything else is. Because I knew going in that, that was really going to be the only defining thing. Anyone else that wanted Secrets of Reality and more experimental stuff, or videos that everyone's been asking ages before, like the Super Mario 64 bloopers video, or the challenge videos I planned on fucking doing, I'm gonna kill myself. I'm tired of this. Aside from shit like that, all that stuff is just would be better saved, better suited for next year. It'd be cool to get all that stuff out this year, but it's not going to happen, I don't think. Some of it maybe, not all of it. Like, Serious Reality is definitely getting pushed back next year. That's confirmed. You're still getting a movie, but Secrets of Reality, that's next year. The Rudy and Manny story, I'm probably going fully in on that one next year, too. But yeah. How much longer do I got? 40 minutes till we reach the threshold. I might just call it then. I really don't think I have it in me to go in for much longer than that. I hate streaming when I'm like really stuffed up. Fucking sucks. But I figured that I had to stream today. Because I don't want to get into the habit of not streaming again and then people wait around wondering when the hell I'm going to stream. I don't want that again. I'm not interested in building back all of this momentum and then killing it off directly after. I don't want to do that. So you're getting your stream tonight, and then you will get the full stream experience next week. That's how we're doing things, okay. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. Next Plush video? I cannot give a specific date. Doing another Mario Kart stream on Saturday. Maybe, maybe not. It depends on who I'm able to gather around for that. So that's a wait and see type thing. I don't really plan those out. I ask you guys the day of who's gonna be there, and you, but yeah. Yeah, it all just depends, you know. But yeah, as for when the next Plush video is coming out, I cannot give a specific date. The original plan was the 10th, but if the weather does not cooperate with me, then it might get pushed back a little later than that. Again, I have like a small window of recording time I can utilize for this video. It's been raining a lot, so I have to pick the moment when it's not soaked out there and when it's not raining either, so I don't have very many options. What might have to be done is I might just have to do it as early as possible, as early as it makes sense. Before it starts raining. Get it out of the way as fast as possible. But that's for me to figure out off camera. I'm not going to promise you anything on the stream right now in regards to that video when it's releasing. I'm just saying that the 10th was the original plan. That was the original date I wanted to get this video out on. But again, I have to work with the weather. The weather has to work with me, and I have to make sure my schedule isn't too terrible, because if it is, then I'm not going to want to film anyway. I was told it was supposed to rain tomorrow, though. 10th at Daniel's birthday. What the fuck? That was crazy. This didn't go well for me. I'm glad it went well for me today, yeah. Oof. That could have been rough. Oh my god. I saw you try that. Me coming back from that. I'm not coming back from that. Crust almost fucked me there. I don't know what was going on. I still miss playing Minecraft on VCs. Minecraft VCs was cool and it made sense to do it, but when it's just like one or two people in there and it's mostly silent, there's not much going on, it's not really that exciting. VC streams are only really good if there's enough people in there to keep the flow of the conversation going. Granted, it can only be a couple people, but as long as they're able to create content out of it, that's one thing, but not everyone is able to do that. Is that bad? I'm not saying it's a bad thing, I'm just saying in terms of content, if you have one or two people and they just can't carry a conversation, it basically just becomes a silent stream from that point. Which is not very interesting. It's also easier to focus when it's just one person, when it's just me doing the streams. That's why I do all the Smash stuff for the most part. Sometimes I'll deviate and do a VC, but most of the time Smash is solo. Because I actually have things that I want to talk about during these portions. You know, it seems like these days Mario Kart is really the only with VCs anymore, because there's just not... I just prefer being able to have the Smash portions where I can talk about whatever the fuck I want. And there's just not enough people come into the VCs to really warrant having them. Again, it mostly just becomes silence of everyone just playing with like minor interactions. And I guess that's okay, but it's not really good stream content. People are gonna like not gonna leave, not really watch when the streams are like that. That's why Mario Kart is Mario Kart and Mario Kart are really the only ones that work in terms of the VCs. Because everyone is willing to be there for that specific day, but it can't be a frequent thing. Not like it used to be. It was a lot different in 2020, 2021. And those kinds of VCs. I miss the Minecraft VCs a lot. Those were fun. Smash, I always preferred doing solo from the get-go. That's why I very minimally ever use VCs for it. There are times where there would be enough people in here that would actually talk and start conversations where it would be interesting. Most of the time, it was just silence, and that's not very... But I get it. The stream VCs started picking up and really becoming a thing in 2020. They happened like basically every stream for the most part. Aside from the stream series I would do. But it was like a load of fucking people joining in. Like Corson, Random, Dub, Iron, Adrian, Isaac, of course, Taylor Ramy, you, Marvel. Some other people who came and went over the years. It was just a much different environment. But I get it, because that stuff started happening in 2020, carried into 2021, and the first half of 2022. It was fresh, it was unique, it was interesting, it was fun. And in 2022, it did get a little stale, but Mario Party like revitalized everything for a period of time and was able to give me some of the best stream content I think I've ever gotten before. Some of those streams were just insanely good. The types of streams that were so good that the entire damn thing is a highlight. So making a highlights video on it would take forever because the entire damn thing is basically a highlight. Joined the streams recently? I can. And I'll be honest, when I was in a much worse headspace, I didn't know how to feel about that. Like, I wasn't sure if it was something I was doing wrong or if it was just a natural course of events. But I think what it comes down to ultimately is, I've been streaming I've been streaming Smash Ultimate, I've been streaming Mario Kart, and Mario Maker, not Mario Maker really, but Mario Party. For like a while. These streams are fun to do, but there's really nothing that fresh about them, if you catch my drift. but that's kind of the deal too. I'm not really the type of person to like make things fresh, really. I find something that works and I stick with it until I find something else that works and I stick with it. Not everyone is like that, so there's just really, when you come onto my streams, you're basically getting exactly what you come for. It was a lot fun. It was really fun back then because all this stuff was fresh, all this stuff was new. There was a lot more to look forward to. There was a lot more to offer. In 2023, a lot of that stuff is either gone or it's like stale beyond belief. And that's fine. That's why I still do it. You know. Can I not get last at least? Okay, I'm not last. Damn it. If I get one, I'm gonna get killed by the other. This one. And I'm beating Barstow, but I will hopefully be able to... Ugh. How come you don't do a lot of Mario Party streams? Because there's really not enough people here usually. That and Mario Party... Mario Party is one of those games where it just doesn't have enough content to do it as frequently as I used to. There's not enough content there. If they would add some DLC boards and stuff, I would consider doing it more often. Smash doesn't really get much content added to it either, but there's a lot there that it's not really... doesn't really need to be. Same with Minecraft. There's a lot to choose from. Mario Party, it's very limited in terms of the amount of boards you can select. So, there's not much options. So, it was really fun for when it first came out. But it just can't be like a stable every week type game anymore. It's just not enough there. And that's kind of been everyone else's complaints as well with it too. So it's best for it to happen every once in a while instead of all the time, because otherwise it's just gonna get stale otherwise. It kind of did get stale. That's why I went from streaming it for like 3 months straight to not streaming it, you know, aside from like occasions. I get pissed like the horror event stream you deleted. Yeah, I get that. Well, that stream was on me. I mean, technically I was told to keep going. So I kept going anyway, even though I know in hindsight, well, not in hindsight, I knew at the moment I should have just stopped the stream. But I didn't because I was asked to keep going. Even though the stream should have ended there. But, I don't know, it's just... Things just aren't the same as they were when I first started doing this. Doing the arena battle streams or Mario Kart or the VCs. It's just not the same as it was before. I give you exactly what you want on streams, but it rarely ever deviates from that. And that's by choice, too. There was a point in time when it did that a lot, but it was mostly just a bunch of shit that no one really gave a crap about. Like, how many people cared or joined when I played Crusade or Smash Flash or New Super Mario Bros. All-Stars or whatever the fuck. Stop it after you were told to keep going. Wasn't that after like an hour as when it was still going? I stopped after like the first 15 minutes. I was like, all right, I can't do this anymore. But then I was told to keep going, and then I did. And an hour later, you came in and told me stop it, and I did. I not only stopped, I deleted it. Well, that stream did go for over an hour, so stop streaming, even though you just fucking said you were gonna stream me when you didn't feel like playing Smash because that non-stop venting was unnecessary. Yeah, and again, I've apologized for that. In those moments, I just really need to be told when I start venting too much to just stop, because sometimes I'm not even going to notice or even care because I'm not really feeling great in that moment, so it's not really going to affect me much when I go on a tangent about how everything sucks or how the channel's dying or anything. Or that the streams just aren't that fun. In those moments, I just need to be told that I need to stop. I just need to be reminded to not fall back into the same pattern. Because I have a hell of a time trying to get out. And usually by the end of that, I have to build back to where I was previously. And a lot of people just aren't willing to, like, wait for that type of shit. Especially when there hasn't really been any results. Like, I can't fully blame everyone for, like, not wanting to jump on stream or hop in VCs on stream when I wasn't really doing that good with it myself for one reason or another. So I can't really blame anyone for that. And again, I will admit that it did feel wrong at a point in time last year. Just made me think, what the fuck am I doing wrong? Just like, what am I doing to make the streams less interesting than they were before? That's why I introduced the VC feature, because it was like, alright, the VC portion and the Discord server. So it made that easier to that was supposed to add a fresh new dynamic to the streams to make it somewhat interesting, but no one was really taking advantage of that, so it didn't last because nothing was coming out of it. And again, I did feel bad about that at the time. Not now, obviously, but at the time I did kind of feel bad about that. That's just kind of what happened, you know? I'm gonna stop sooner, but I get stopped when I try it out. It's the same shit over and over. Yeah. Like I said, in those moments, I need to be told to just stop. Need to be reminded of that, because sometimes I won't know. Unless it gets really bad. If it gets really bad, I have the foresight to know to stop, but it's not really bad. I did try telling you to stop the stream over and over and you kept ignoring my advice at the time. Was that what you were saying? Because all I remember you saying was that you wanted me to play Smash. And then the second I didn't play Smash, you said you were leaving. Like, there was really nobody in that stream telling me to stop. I was getting told off stream to stop, and that's why I did stop, because and that's why I deleted it too. If you don't feel like streaming in chat, just end the stream. Well, if you did say that, then I probably just responded as like, no, I can keep going or something like that. No, I had to outright be directly told, stop. Like, end the stream now. Don't go through with this. Because otherwise, it's just going to be the same thing over and over and over and over. But that's the thing. I was reading your chat, Solitaire. The problem is your messages weren't, being told, oh, if you don't feel like streaming, then don't stream. That's not as direct as just being, in that moment, I'm just gonna view messages like that and be like, nah, I'm fine, I'll stream. This is very different than being told, like, stop now, you're making a major mistake. Do not fall back into the same pattern. That's vastly different. But not a lot of people clearly pick up on that stuff, so anytime that stuff happens, it goes on for way longer than it ever should because no one's really able to pick up on it. And anytime anyone does, it's when I do the most drastic fucking shit. Like, I don't remember, like, Puddle saying anything about it until, like, I decided to unlist all my videos, and then he's like, alright, what the fuck are you doing? This is insane. It's just like, don't do this, you're gonna fucking kill your channel doing this. And then, once he told me that, I stopped. I don't know at the time that these decisions are bad until after the fact, where when someone tells me outright, yes, this is bad, don't do this. It's unfortunate. I know Solitaire. But that isn't the same as saying, stop the stream now. You are making a major mistake. Just calm the hell down and try again another day. That is like very different. Because I'm just gonna look at that message you just sent and just be like, oh, well, nah, I'm fine, I can stream. But when I'm directly faced with the fucking consequences of my actions, that's a very different thing. Once I can visibly see the harm that the venting on stream is doing, that's very different. Because, like, oh, this is negatively, like, impacting everyone. It's negatively impacting the channel. Let me not do this. Let me stop while I'm ahead. But it takes forever for people to, like, tell me that, usually. Yes, I gotta be told outright when I'm fucking up. Because I don't always know when I'm fucking up. And I think to myself, this isn't as bad as the Drain stream, so there's no way that this is all that bad, right? It's like, that's my threshold. I think of shit like that, it's like, that's the lowest I can go, so anything below that isn't that bad. So I never know. From a friend. Force you to stop streaming at the time. I mean, you can't really force me to do anything. I just need to be told when I'm fucking up. So I can see the impact of what I'm doing. If they told me, back when I first started doing all the venting on stream and releasing all the twit longers, that I was, like, damaging the hell out of myself in the channel by doing that shit, I would have stopped. Because I knew it was going to leave a negative impact. But when I was so far in the slump that I didn't know what was good and what wasn't, simple phrases just weren't going to be enough to make me want to, like, stop. If anything, I was probably just thinking to myself, okay, come back next week, we'll do actual Smash Ultimate. Right now, I just want to talk about whatever. That's one thing. And that's an issue. Not that I'm blaming anyone, necessarily. I don't think anyone expected my shit to get fucked with as bad. I don't think they knew how I was gonna handle that either. I don't think that they knew what they were going to be dealing with. Some people did because they knew how I acted during the drain period, where I would fucking black out my profile picture on Discord, leave my server, talk about leaving YouTube permanently or like leaving social media and laying low for like however long. Those people who were around for that long knew what was going on, but that's why Puddle was like one of the few that I ever heard from. And that's kind of how we get into a position where everyone takes this wholesome post that I post on Instagram, just thanking everyone for supporting me, and it gets twisted into something negative because they don't really see any of the other stuff. They don't really, and I can't always see what I'm doing wrong either, so it's just like, what? I'm allowed to just make these decisions, and no one ever gives me any pushback on them or lets me know what's going on. And every time I do, it's always the most minor fucking shit. Like when someone, who I will not disclose the name of, came in DMs and told me that making all my live streams, republicing all my live streams after a month of having them, like, unlisted again, which wasn't going to impact anything because they were a month old by that point, was going to like kill my channel and damage it. It's always the minor shit that wasn't going to make a difference, like at all. I really hate you, Shinzo. Rip. Stop stream now at a time because I was trying to be nice. Well, even if you did say that, I don't even know if it would have worked at the time. Because it's one thing to just be told, stop the stream. It's another to, like, be told up front by someone that you need to stop. Because otherwise it was going to end badly. Again, not everyone has the foresight to know that. I had to be stopped dead in my tracks and told up front what, and not for anything minor either. Like the fact that I got pushback for, like, it was just one person who said like, oh, if you make all your streams public now, it's gonna kill your entire channel. This was a month after I made them public the first time, so the damages from that were already done. So making them public after the fact The only thing that did was make my view count skyrocket into 200,000 territory. That's it. The damages were done, so I don't know why I got pushed back for that in particular. But it's just like I'm never like told what a bad decision is. The only time I was ever told that before I enacted something was when Corson said that it wasn't a good idea to move the reactions to the extras channel, which he was right about. Any other case, like, I didn't get told to stop venting on stream until, like, it really became a major issue. Like, when I was initially doing it, no one really said anything negative about it. No one really said anything about the constant twit longers or anything either. Bradley Taylor, raid. Thank you for the raid, Bradley Taylor. Welcome to stream, by the way. And the fucking stream and anger on that stream. When I lost it. Well, that was when you were mad, right? At the time, I wasn't necessarily going to take that as, oh yes, I need to end the stream now. That's just like, okay, you're mad you didn't get to... I didn't stream Smash Ultimate, and that's cool. But just wait until next week. Let me do what I want this week. And that's kind of it. Yeah, thank you for the raid. When I was mad. Yes, I'm aware. But I just viewed that as, oh, you're mad that I didn't stream Smash, which was fair. But it was just like, okay, we'll come back next week and we'll be doing Smash. Advice? Is that advice? You're gonna do one more round? I'll go for a little while longer, not much longer. Look, I don't even know how we got on this tangent in the first place. Where this even came from. But my only point was that I can understand why the stream viewership isn't what it used to be, or why the VCs aren't what they used to be. Things are just different from how they used to be, and also circumstances of what happened and my actions have like contributed to the current space. And that's fine. I just can't rely on that any longer. That's why I got so frustrated back then. Why I started thinking things that I normally wouldn't. Because at the time I was thinking, well, fuck. If it's just gonna be me now, I'm gonna have to carry this entire thing alone. So I need to figure out how the fuck I'm gonna be able to do that. I was mad at the time. It was like, damn it, I was on the top of my game for like 4 years, and now it's all collapsing. So I was mad. Was that true? Not necessarily. There's a difference between suggesting he should end stream flat out telling him stop right now, or you'll end up regretting this even more. Exactly, there is a massive difference between the two. I'm not gonna view, hey, stop stream if you're not feeling up, stream it as a... Oh, if I do or don't stream, it's gonna have like a negative impact. But if I'm told outright that's going to have a negative impact and I'm gonna regret it, that I'll listen to. That I'll be able to actually see. You get me? In stream, I keep going. Deck shit over and over and over. I mean, if you said that, that's not really that helpful either. Because I'm already not in a good state, so if you tell me, oh, stop talking about this dumb shit or pathetic shit, I'm just gonna be like, oh, okay. That's not really helpful either. But again, not everyone knows how to handle those moments. Is that my first win of the night? Just in the fucking stream already. Yeah, I know, but that's still different. You're not really gonna get a result from that. Aside from me telling you, if you want to play Smash, just wait until next week. That's all I'm saying. I wouldn't have been able to know what the issue was at the time, okay? Head out. Alright, Sealer Marvel. Thanks for stopping by, group. Shit, thank you. Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to know what the issue was at the time. But again, things could always change. I don't rule that possibility out of the picture. But I think it's just we're at the point where the streams just aren't going to be what they were before. For the most part. Like, anyone who comes here is going to get exactly what they, come for. And I think that's really just how it's going to be going forward, at least for a while. And I tried revitalizing it before, it didn't work. When I added the VCs to the Discord server for the Smash and Minecraft portions, barely anyone utilized that stuff. No one cared about my Discord server or the community I had on there. The only time they cared to utilize these tools were in big event moments, like the Hunter Avalon debate. Outside of that, no one really cared, so... It wasn't a bad idea inherently, it just didn't work, and so I dropped it. I'd rather not try to force new ways to revitalize the stream, because all that does is stress me out, make me think there's just nothing I can do, when it's just better to just do what the fuck it is that I've always done, that I want to do, and leave it at that. I can't really dwell on any of this shit. Things are at the point now to where I've got to be the one to carry everything. I've got to be the one to carry the stream content, the video content, the promotion, the everything. I've got to be the one to do it. It's all on me, so I got to make sure that I can do it in the most comfortable way where I actually enjoy everything. And I can't rely on anyone else at this point. Which is fine, but I gotta adapt to doing all this on my own now. It doesn't listen to pure anger and shout in that state either. No, I just view that shit as like, oh, well, no one cares. Great. I don't care either. That's literally how I view it. You know? Exactly, so... It's like, I wish I had more to say, but... That's kind of the state of everything. And again, I hold no resentment. I'm not really upset about it. It's just something I have to work. I had to work through and figure out. It was annoying at the time, yeah, because I was so used to everyone just coming on stream naturally and joining all the VCs and inviting me to all this different stuff that doesn't happen anymore. So, like, I don't get invited to fucking other people's streams on my own streams like I used to. Like, I didn't get invited. I don't get invited on like dub streams or Horson streams or anyone else's streams for that matter. I'm allowed to join their streams and stuff, but it's like rarely ever when I'm streaming. That stuff just doesn't really happen. Try to be there when I can, but you also have to think about it too. What I was trying to tell you at the time. Bench it would have been... No, Solitaire, I don't think you actually understand how deep that goes. I don't think you remember that stream where I legit was like in tears talking about how I got so accustomed to my videos and streams performing so well in 2021 and 2020. that was just worried about having to build all that back. I don't think you remember that stream. Where everyone told me that they were fine with me venting and that it's good because it's real or whatever. That's where it all started. At the time. I don't know. I don't even know why I was in tears either. I just was talking about how I thought going from 2020 into 2021, everything was going to be an uphill trajectory. But then I got stopped dead in my tracks shortly after Methless Final Chapter came out because I was way less active and a lot of projects were starting to get canceled and stuff. So I failed to deliver on a lot of the stuff everyone wanted to see, and then a lot of people left as a result of that. They all wanted the iceberg video, they all wanted Secrets of Reality, they all wanted the top 25 Godsmack song video. Corson wanted to do the Bowser's Inside Story video with me. We were even talking about doing a Paper Mario, me and Random doing a Paper Mario video. I think I remember the thumbnail of the stream, so I can tell you what stream it was. If everyone leaves the arena, then I might just hop on Pac-Man 99 for like a brief period. And play that for the remainder of the stream. Until I decide to end. Let me try to find the stream. I think it's the one with Lakitu as a thumbnail. It's in the playlist just after Mushroom Kingdom Fusion episode 9. It's stream number 191. I think that's the stream. Where I, like, unload about a ton of fucking shit. And start fucking... And my eyes get super watery in it, too. That's where everything hit the fan. So no, Solitaire. The vent stream you saw was when things... It was when shit hit the fan. It was not the cause. The cause was everyone telling me... Well, it's not really their fault necessarily. The cause was me not being able to accept the decline in viewership at the time, and then taking out on everything, and then bringing that into the streams and onto the channel, making all these twitlongers and stuff. The vent streams were the fucking... were around the time everything just hit its lowest point. That's what all of that stuff was. But again, I can't really blame anyone for that stuff in particular. Because they just didn't know. They were anticipating a lot of stuff from me, and I failed to deliver. And when you're not delivering, a lot of people just aren't going to be around anymore. That's why everyone stopped talking and interacting with Dub. That's why everyone stopped like engaging with like Puddle as much when you're not doing anything. Particularly what everyone wants to see from you. It's much different. You're not offering anything that you say you're going to offer, then not a lot of people are going to want to stick around. Aside from the ones that just enjoy the content regardless of if it's what they want or not. But it's fine. That's why I gotta make sure that this channel is able to stand on its own two legs regardless of who comes and who goes. This could honestly go either way. Looks like it's going in my favor, though. GG Shenzo. Read your chat. Yeah, sorry. I was still in the playlist on YouTube, so I was tabbed out. I read your chat. Was that the reason you decided to keep going with eventing back on the stream at the time? I'm talking about the one you decided not to stream Smash. GG, yeah, GG. I was sick of venting on and off stream. Yeah, I can understand that. I know which one you're talking about, Solentier, but that stream was, way after all the other stuff. Oh, well. I guess I'm gonna play a little bit of Pac-Man 99 before I end the stream. I got kicked. Oh, rip. Well, it didn't look like anyone else was joining, so... I think we basically got... our, I went over time in terms of Smash today, anyway. I don't normally go for that, go that long. So I give you a bit more than usual. But yeah, but back to what I was saying, the stream you're talking about, Solentier, stay good and head high. Alright, see you later, Shenzo. Thanks for stopping by, I appreciate it. Thank you. Now here's the thing, in the playlist there is a stream just called Vent Stream. That is still on the channel, that's 4 hours long. I don't remember, honestly, I don't remember why I called it Vent. I do remember why. This was a Vent Stream that actually wasn't that bad. It was still me complaining about channel stuff, but it wasn't that bad. I didn't sound particularly upset in it. That's why that one remained on the channel, because really, there's nothing that wrong with it. It is one of those typical, he's just talking about channel stuff again. But I also said something positive about it towards the end anyway. The one you're talking about, was a stream that was originally Smash that got turned into a Minecraft survival game stream, I want to say it was. Wherein I went on for like an extra hour talking about channel stuff and how upset I was. And like an hour or so in, I was told that I needed to stop. And so I did, and I deleted that stream VOD. There's another stream that happened around the time of Sonic Frontiers, I want to say, or just before Frontiers, excuse me, where, I think it was directly after Wario World, just before Frontiers, where, it was a Minecraft survival game stream. Iron showed up, I know. That one actually wasn't that bad. The reason why I deleted it is because the last few minutes were really bad. But before then, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible. It wasn't regrettable. Again, until the last few minutes. Yeah, I know what stream you're talking about, Sontier. That was way after all this stuff. That was basically when shit hit the fan, when it got really bad. That was like 5 Twitlongers later or some shit. You know. Lost my temper. Okay, I'll make it simple for you. I'll just try to explain it to the best of my ability, from what I can remember anyway. At the time, I think it was around the time the VC streams were starting to run their course, so I was trying to find something, trying to find a solution. I wasn't very successful at the time. I was burnt out from doing live streams because there just wasn't anything all that interesting happening. I was drained from making videos, so those weren't coming out that frequently. I was disappointed that I couldn't get a lot of projects I wanted done for the year out. So I was disappointed with all of that. I was just not in the best headspace, so what came as a result of that was several streams where I talk about that, where I was going through so many different emotions, like week after week, not able to understand how I was feeling or what I was feeling or what I should even say. I got thrown completely off. So, needless to say, I was feeling really bad about a lot of things at that time. And I thought everything was shaping up to be like one of, if not the worst year I have ever had. I was so close to being able to meet my goal. And, I thought I was gonna miss it. No, what happened? No, Saunter. My mind was so clouded that I wasn't thinking straight. I was just thinking solely about how I was going to be able to beat my total of videos for 2021. Even though it was looking to be impossible at that moment. So I was taking all that stress and anger out everywhere else, while also learning a bunch of things along the way. Again, I don't really care about this now, but you need to remember around the same time too, my sister started streaming on her channel. We started getting her upwards to like hundreds of thousands of views. Which wasn't the issue. The issue was her stream days cut into my recording days, so that was making me really stressed out. Not only that, whenever she streamed, I couldn't hop in VCs. So I had to figure out how to balance that. Because Dub would stream on days when I couldn't hop into a VC, so I couldn't be there. So I became more distant as a result without even intending to. Because she can't stream when I'm like doing anything. So that was really stressing me out at the time. It's not an issue now. I still can't record in those moments. I still can't hop in VCs in those moments. And I can't script either because I get distracted. But it's not nearly as bad as it was before. It's just like she kept that hidden from for like a while until her video started blowing up the first time. And then once it became like fully known, she started doing all the streams. It just fucked with my schedule so bad that I didn't know where to go or what to do from there. So I was under the impression that 2022 or 2021 was going to be the last like big year. Like I thought I was fucked beyond belief. I thought it was over. And like no one knew about any of this either. I said nothing. Everything I did say was in a twitlonger I made on the private Twitter, which no one read. So no one knew about any of this. So yeah. There are a lot of factors, but that led to that period being really bad for me. I'll world up Luigi. Yeah. Yeah. And again, I don't have an issue with any of that stuff now. I've grown used to it. And although you did pass me in subscribers, I think our growth is roughly like on the same tier now. Like our videos basically have the same fluctuation. And the streams, mine aren't doing quite as well because I took a long hiatus that as a result of Nostalgia Marathon getting postponed for a bit, but it's building back up. So none of that really bothers me now. I don't have a desire to hop into VCs every night like I used to. I'm not getting invited to streams constantly anymore. Hey, hello, G Smith, welcome to stream. But yeah, I don't really... That stuff doesn't really happen now, so... I don't have a reason to, like, get upset or... Things are fine. Like, really, they are. They're just not going to be the same as they were. If for anyone that ever expected that, it's just not going to be the case. 2020 was 3 years ago now, essentially. Not fully, but a lot of the best content that came out that year has already come to pass. With the exception of, like, Familiar World and Puppet Master. Future years can still be good, but we're not going to get... I don't think we're ever going to get 2020, 2021, or 2022's tier live streams ever again. At least in the same way as they used to be. But I'm not relying on that any longer either. If anyone wants to join stream, they can feel free if they want to. But otherwise, that's not really my priority. That was my worst performance yet. '27th, yeah, not great. I'm gonna head out now. See ya, RAC or Solitaria. I'm gonna end soon here. In the next 20 minutes or so. I'm not dragging this thing past 11. There's no need. There's no reason. Yeah. Like, it's just what it is. I don't know what else to say, really. Can't really provide a better answer than just what I have right now. I can only do what I can. It's one of those things where I got too comfortable with where I was at. So when everything got flipped around, I didn't know how to handle it. But I have an average over 100 on every single video since that 2021 period, so... It's not something I care about anymore. I don't get that. Doesn't mean I'll never get it again, it's just... I'm not really going to strive for it or aim for it or do any of this shit. I'm not going to promise a bunch of stuff that I know I will not be able to actually do or put out. Because doing that is what got me in the position in the first place. I got too comfortable with doing that shit. Thinking, oh, because I was able to put out Melphus the Puppet Master and Similar World in the same year, that means it, and top 25 Linkin Park songs. And even the previous year, I did Mars 64 bloopers, I did Recreating 02, I did Melphus's Master Plan. I could do anything, but no, that is not fucking true. That was never true. Even those projects, those worked. Yes. But those happened for a reason. That wasn't meant to happen with everything. By my way, staying by. Alright, see you later. Thanks for stopping by, group. Appreciate it. 10th. One of these days I will get first. I have a question. Alright, go ahead, ask your question. But yeah, hated in the stream. The most hated? What, person in the chat? I don't think anyone who's come into the chat is really hated. Smash portion? I wouldn't know how to answer that, honestly. I am the most hated? Yeah, sure, Gamer91 is the most hated person here. Why? I don't know, but he just is. Shenzo? There is the most hated when he shows his face. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of the position I'm in now. Fuck you, Red Pac-Man. Yeah, I know. The Arena deal was never taken off screen. In fairness, I didn't anticipate to boot up Pac-Man 99 anyway. But yeah, that's fixed now. Alright, can we have a better performance than whatever that was? But yeah. Again, I don't think any of this is an inherent bad thing. It's just kind of the reality of the situation. That some people are going to be disappointed with, but as long as I'm comfortable and fine with it, I don't think it really matters. Like, if people don't want to... Certain people don't want to hop into VCs or, like, join stream anymore, that's on them, that's fine. Doesn't mean it has to affect me or what I do with my streams, and... If the stream content gets revitalized in the future, then cool. If not, then also cool. I'm not gonna kill myself trying to figure that shit out. I really don't think it's most people's business what the hell I'm dealing with behind the scenes and whatever, unless I decide to bring it up. Right now, my only priority is making sure this 10-year anniversary is the best I can possibly make it. That's it. Can't really deliver on anything else at the current moment, but I don't really feel like I need to either. With how things were run back then, it just wasn't possible. I was taking on way too much than I knew I could handle, and it kind of fucked me over. Oh, I can't go that route. Oh, that one moves. Yeah, I'm dead. I'm dead. I don't know. How long have we been going for? We have 68 playbacks. It's not great, but it's not terrible either. I mean, I don't really have much else I can say. Other than that, that's just kind of the gist here. So, yeah. That was horrible. Again, I don't really have any issue with people deciding to or not to join the streams or any of that. My channel's at the point now where it's kind of like where it was before, honestly, where it's being kept afloat. And it has to be kept afloat by me and what I do. Can't be kept afloat by everyone else doing stuff for me. That worked in 2020 and 2021, mostly 2021. Because a lot of early 2020 was me keeping things afloat. It was really towards that middle period where it started to change a little bit, and then Corson started promoting all this shit on Reddit. This is my channel. This is my legacy. I have to be the one to handle it. And if anyone feels generous enough to do all this other stuff, then that's cool. I wasn't too keen with it at first when it happened, but I got used to it. But I'm not gonna wait around for that type of stuff, okay? If I want that type of stuff, then I gotta do it myself. Which, I'm gonna be honest, I kinda don't. I want to make videos and I want to live stream. I want my growth to be as authentic and as organic as it can be. And, every time we get to the 20s, it starts to, like, really pick up. I don't know if it's because someone's sending me over something or what, but still. But still. Yeah, that's just how things are going to be going forward. It hasn't really harmed anything. Sure, the streams aren't the same as they used to be, but they're still performing pretty well. My channel growth isn't slowing down by any means. Everyone's still tuning into the videos for the most part. I'm just not getting that heavy outsider promotion or fucking 12 likes a video like I used to. That stuff's not really happening these days, but the viewership hasn't gone down that much. Streams, yeah, but that's my fault. You take time off from streaming, you're gonna have to build that shit back up. And the only way that isn't possible is if you've got enough of a back catalog to keep you going, which I technically do, but it doesn't really pick up much traction. Or if you have a strong social media presence. That's why someone like Puddle can go like months without uploading and then post his first video in like a year and get like fucking 200 views because he has a good social media presence. I don't. So, you work with what you got. Things aren't dire by any stretch of the imagination. Things are perfectly fine. They're just not the same, and they're never going to be the same, and that's what needs to be accepted. I hate these fucking red Pac-Mans. I didn't know you could run through the small ghosts. That's interesting. But yeah. Like I said, I'll be doing like a regular Smash, probably Minecraft or Mario Kart, whatever, whichever I decide. Again, depends on who's willing to join me. I don't go based off of expecting people to join. I ask, whoever joins, joins, and that's kind of that. That's how things are going to be run going forward. Whether it's the streams or eventual collab videos I decide to do. But yeah. I just feel like I should stream today so you can at least have a... I can at least keep the momentum somewhat still going, even if it's not both days. Because like I said, I do have a lot to work on, so it's kind of that. But I'm hoping that after this week, the stream schedule should be solid for the rest of the year. The movie might be the only thing to cut into it, but everyone's going to be looking forward to that anyway. So, that's not really much of an issue. That's just kind of to be expected. That's really just the plan for the next couple of weeks. Yeah. But yeah. I think I made my point clear. 3:30. It's a pretty decent length. I don't know, I kind of want to get off, so... I'm dead. I'm so fucking dead. No, I'm not. Yep. I'm dead. 15th. Meh. Just meh. Meh in comparison to the other placement I got last time, which was like, what, 6 or something? But yeah. I really got nothing else to say or add on, so we're gonna go and call it. Overall, we finished with 73 playbacks and 7 likes. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Not amazing, but pretty good. Just close out all this so I can end this now. Feeling a little bit better now compared to where I was at the beginning of the stream. I was so fucking stuffed up that I was miserable, but yeah. So yeah, that was fun. Fun stream overall. And like I said, next week we will be going back to the regular schedule. Hopefully more than likely starting actually Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. That is what I'm going to aim for. The only reason I wouldn't is if time on some of these projects cuts in a bit too badly. But I'm hoping that's not going to be the case. So yeah. My hair is a fucking wreck. Yeah, I'm gonna go call it here. Fun stream. And that's kind of all I have to say. Went on a tangent there for a little longer than I anticipated, but sometimes that just happens, and it is what it is. So yeah, I'm gonna call it now. So that's gonna do it for today's stream. Hope you enjoyed as always. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that. And I will see you in the next one. See you guys next week for Smash Ultimate, maybe Mario Kart, Mario Party, Minecraft, whatever else. And the beginning of Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. Goodbye, Luigi fans! Oh yeah, and hopefully the Plush video will release next week too, but it just depends. So yeah, later.